Anyone I know I can put into two categories. So you have your cheese fanatics and people who just eat cheddar. But cheese is so cool. You can make sauces with it, you can stuff with it. The possibilities are endless. Cheese rules, so let cheese be the centerpiece. Speaking of cheese, check this out. This is a wheel of brie. It's nice and firm, but when you barbecue it, it gets really gooey and melty. And the rind, believe it or not, you can eat it. It's just delicious. It might be one of my favorite parts of the wheel of cheese. Okay, just a few things to get this ready for the barbecue. Put a bit of oil on it, give it a brush, it kickstarts the flavor and keeps the cheese nice and non-stick. So this is my trick for bread. Thick cut some baguette. The more butter or oil you get on the bread, you get a really cool texture, so don't be shy with the butter. Now that's pretty tasty like that. A few crystals of salt. And then for the brie, I grill it, but you need to put it into something or the cheese will melt through. So you want to make it look like the wheel of brie, sit it in there, and then really get it nice and tight around there, and it'll kind of hold all the cheese inside. Okay, that's perfect. Got the cheese, I've got the bread. How simple is that? I'll meet you at the queue. This is gonna be so good. Okay, so here's the deal. I just want char marks on the brie. Bit of pressure, you wanna hear a sizzle, and stop. Brie cheese is great because it has the white rind and you can see the grill marks develop. So when you see a little bit of color, quarter turn onto the foil and then indirect heat. And oh my goodness, grilled cheese! It smells so good, and you can see the cheese starting to bubble, and in no time at all, you get some really nice cross marks. It smells so good. All right, put it back in the foil pouch, and then stick it on the side of the barbecue with no heat, and then just let it melt. I don't know how you like your crostinis, but this is how I like mine. Check this out. So it's crispy on the top, and then on the bottom, it's nice and squishy. It's like crispy, squishy, and it's the perfect vessel for cheese. Speaking of cheese, look at this. If you just get some grill marks on it, and then move it over to indirect, if you just touch it, it's super soft and cheesy. You can see it bubbling up, but I'm not finished there. You can just put the cherries on top, and the brie's still warm. It's gonna warm the cherries up a little bit, and for some nice crunch, you can use whatever nuts that you want, but I find walnuts, brie cheese, cherries, and crostinis are perfect. That looks delicious. You want to be careful because the cheese is really nice and gooey. Yeah, when the brie is bursting out of the rind, you know you did a good job. So be careful with it. Kind of get under it. It's gonna be really gooey. You want to go quick. Oh, my goodness. You want to make it look nice and pretty. And cheese's best friend is fruit and nuts. So some cold pear and some cold apple. And I like the contrast between the warm brie and the cold fruit. It's a masterpiece. It's a bit of art. I place the bread around, and just a finishing touch, a little bit of honey kind of plays with the sweetness in the cherries. And that is it. Yes. Look at how gooey the cheese is. Some cherries, some nuts. That is gonna be a great bite. Yeah! We did it! If you're not looking at this right now going, babe, we got any brie in the fridge? You haven't lived. Brie cheese is great on its own, but you give it some char marks, melt it, put some nuts, some cherries, some apples, some pears on a crispy baguette. It's show-stopping.